Hello everyone, I'm Alex and welcome back to another video. This one is so incredibly disturbing. It's probably the most serious out of the lot so far, which is really worrying, judging all of the videos we've been covering on here about an alleged child abuse case where the people involved have been not even granted bail. But I said in yesterday's video that I believed that Franke was going to come out and attack the children. That's what I thought was going to happen. I was like, it seems like kind of the way that they'll go, it's the children's fault somehow. They were like locked away and had their hands duct taped together. And I was right, worryingly. So it's not like a good thing. I don't feel good about this. I'm just like, wow, yeah, that was predictable. Exclusive. YouTuber mum Ruby Franke appears in court and turns on her children, making outrageous claims about their behavior and accusing them of sexual abuse. We'll get into reading this very quickly. She's been charged with 6 counts of felony child abuse because, even if your kids are evil, let's say hypothetically Ruby Franke isn't just making this stuff up about her children. This is not the way you go about it. You don't send them to like a Anasazi camp. You go to proper people about it. You go to like real therapists about it and you get something done about it. And you don't take away their bedroom for 6 months, anything along those lines. Because regardless of whether this stuff turns out to be true, the one thing that is also true is that Ruby Franke abused these kids. Nothing will change that. Nothing in this story will possibly change that. You have so much YouTube footage and the fact that, well, there are 6 counts. So, just look at what's available. She's an evil person. And that's why it doesn't surprise me that she's come out and done this. Mother of 6, Ruby Franke sobbed in court as she appeared for a shelter hearing for her 4 minor children to determine custody. Speaking to the public courtroom Thursday, the Mormon mum at times broke down as she made shocking claims that one of her children sexually abused her sibling and molested several other family members and children in the neighborhood over the years. Well, the thing is, Ruby apparently would just let the kids kind of just roam free. They just walk around. That's just something they do. She wouldn't like keep an eye on them. So, how could she possibly really know what was going on with her kids when she's spending most of the time at home abusing them, and the time that she just lets them walk around the neighborhood, she's unaware of anything that they're doing. And the thing is, you got the dad pictured here in his lovely suit. He's no better. He's in all of these videos, so even if the custody gets moved to him, he allowed this to happen. I'm sure he won't really be able to pretend that he wasn't aware that a lot of this stuff was going on. Even the stuff they were doing before the duct taping was seen as abuse. And I don't know if he was involved in that in any way, shape or form. I'd assume it was mainly Ruby and Jody, but hey, we don't have all of the information on that yet. He's still not exactly a great guy. There we go, there's video of him leaving the court. He doesn't make any comment, by the way, which is understandable. He refused to say anything about the case. So there's not really any video that I could show you here. Seeming to pin the blame for her behavior on her children, Franke went into horrific detail about how one of her 6 kids abused other children. She claimed that one of the Franke kids began looking at pornography at 3 years old. What? Number 1, how is that even possible? Number 2, 3 years old, that's on you. If your kid is like accessing stuff like that, do they have a phone, an iPad at 3? Then you're a terrible parent, which, hey, we already knew. You can't blame that on the kid, That's you. That's you who did that. And one of the most shocking claims, Franke said that her child had been sexually abusing a younger sibling for years, adding that eventually the 2 of them began to abuse other children. I mean, it just seems like she's made up some crazy story to kind of make it seem like what she's doing is actually like a great thing, like she's locked up some form of like criminal. But they're your kids. Like you've raised them to be this insane if this is true. And I'm not gonna lie, I take this with a very light pinch of salt. I think she's trying to save her own skin. I think she's invented something crazy that makes her look like, she's actually done a great thing. I think she's a horrible, horrible woman. I mean, she's the one who's been caught abusing children. So now say that the kids abuse children? Well, I wonder where they got it from. They probably got it from you. She also claimed the 2 children played a patting game with each other, but did not go into further detail. Franke said that in May, her child confessed to abusing 20 people, including cousins and neighbors. I mean, like, I don't know, it just seems so far-fetched. How 20 people, like...
Fuck me.
She provided no proof of her allegations, which, that's cool. The court went eerily silent after she made the claims. The judge said that an abusive child would need to be placed in a home with no other children. I mean, we don't even know if it's actually true. So, don't jump the gun yet. She could just be making it all up. Apparently, the next hearing is on the 15th. So I guess we'll find more information out then. And then there's like a pre-trial hearing on the 18th. So keep your eyes peeled for that. Franke's husband, Kevin, wearing a dark suit, sat at the table with his attorney, looking straight ahead as his wife made the allegations. I can't believe he just didn't say anything. Like, surely, as the dad, right? I mean, I guess maybe you've been advised not to, but if this is or isn't true, you'd say something about it, right? I want to hear what he is to say. Is he on her side? Is she making it up? Is he going to back her? I don't know. It's upsetting at this point. This is mental. Like it's so dark. This whole situation just gets darker and darker every time you look at it. In a surprising courtroom move, an attorney who was sitting in the public viewing area stood up and asked the judge to hear details about the molestation of another child because the mother of one of the alleged victims was in the courtroom. The judge denied the request, citing that details of the alleged abuse could be heard at a future time. Wow. They tried to get a comment from the mother of the kid who allegedly was messed around with by Franke's child, but they refused to say anything. It seemed like everybody just said no comment, pretty much. Nobody wants to say anything. But those shocking allegations have now been made. I can't believe that this is the defense that she's going for, that she's going to blame the children now for the behavior that they may or may not have exuded. She's responsible still as the adult. And if this is true, it just makes it even sadder because it just shows that she raised the children so poorly. But, I would need to have somebody come out who is in the family or close to the family. I need to see what they have to say. Maybe the other kids, maybe the older ones. I don't know. Because currently all we have is this. And it's just so much more damaging for everybody involved that this is the response that's come with this. That this is what she's gone for. I personally think she's trying to save her own skin. I think she's trying to make it look like she's done a great thing, that she's tried to help everybody by locking her children away. But, if she'd have done a great thing in the first place, it would have been accurately parent your kids so you don't have to handcuff them into a basement to keep the world safe. You've created monsters, if that's true. I don't know many other people who've gone, I fucked up this parenting thing so badly that we're going to lock people away in a basement. That doesn't seem like the normal kind of move. I don't know about you, but that's not really something that I'd expect to see. She basically made these children raise themselves for the majority part of it, making them make their own lunches, their own food, taking their bedrooms away, making them go out into the wilderness to learn how to survive. She's put them through psychological warfare at such a young age. I didn't realize that she was making her 6-year-old pack their lunches. And then if she didn't have the packed lunch because she forgot it because she's 6, and she'd just say, you got to starve. And she would tell the school that the kid just has to starve. That's the woman we're dealing with here. So I think you got to really take everything you see as she's not a reliable narrator, is she? She's not somebody who we should be looking at and going, okay, what she says, that's what we're going to go with. That's the right thing. This whole video today, this is definitely the worst one out of a lot that I've had to do. We've covered this case extensively and we'll continue to do so. It seems like we're probably too deep into it now. But mate, the fact that this is the response today and this is what I have to read and this is what she did in a court of law just blows your mind, because I'd assume her and Jodie probably maybe even came up with this themselves. They said, this could be our defense plan if we ever get caught. Because they're partners in crime, they're peas in a pod. It wouldn't surprise me if this was their idea. This is something they planned for ages. If we ever get caught, we've got a great excuse. We're helping the neighborhood. We're saving the neighborhood from these terrible, terrible children. But they're your children. How could you do this to your children? How is that even humanly possible? When I started watching the clips at the beginning of this, I was like, she's a bit of a wacky mom. And some of the clips are just insane, and I was more kind of clowning on family vlogging. I just thought that was a bit silly. And to see what it's grown into in the span of 7 days, I just can't really believe it. I want to say thank you guys for watching all the videos and supporting everything. I greatly appreciate that. You guys have shown a lot of love on these videos, which is great. Because it's getting to the point where they're probably not going to be, if they ever really were, as entertaining as they originally were meant to be when I was just poking flaws in the silly videos they posted. This has gone beyond silly videos now. This is now something where there are horrifically disturbing allegations being made, and I just don't know where we're going to be after another hearing. This probably won't be over for like weeks, to be honest. I'm going to start trying to cover some other stuff on the channel that's potentially more enjoyable. You know, I'm working on a huge documentary on the main channel, which I've mentioned before, which is including everything. I'm already 40 minutes into it, and that'll be out probably in about a week. But this is insane, and I don't know what else to say. So thank you for watching this video. If you want to watch other videos on these two nutjob family people, then you can click on the end screen right now and you can check out the other ones. I'd appreciate if you did so. If you want to catch up with more information about it, then go ahead, and I will see you guys very soon. Bye.